The Sony SmartWatch 2 was announced in June 2013, 6 years ago. With its processor speed of just a few hundred megahertz, you probably would think that it couldn't hold a candle to any modern smartwatch. But that is not the case, and this is why I am making this video right now. So before jumping into what I mainly want to say, let's have a quick overview of the smartwatch itself. Let's start with the design, of course, and the way it looks. In my opinion, it is undeniably gorgeous. It has that classic Sony designs. The bezels, they are probably a bit too big, but at the time it was very thin, and it still isn't thick. It's thin enough to be comfortable to wear, and it has those classic Android buttons. So at the time, once again, I will be making these comparisons a lot because of the nature of the product. Android phones, especially Sony ones, were using these buttons, and having them on the watch was a good pairing at the time, and nowadays it is nostalgic, but it still seems good. Now, if we dive into performance, it's certainly not blazing fast, but most things will open either immediately, like settings or chronometer, stopwatch, or whatever you call it, and yeah, flashlight. These things will open instantly. Other things like music player, the weather, and photos might take a few seconds to open up, but they probably will eventually do it. Now, Bluetooth connection, I have used it for quite a while now, and it's fine, honestly. Mostly pretty much never disconnects. And for receiving notifications, there are various clients on the Play Store that you can install, and you can pretty much transfer all of your notifications to be displayed on this little guy. And now we are getting into the actual main topic of this video. Smartwatches generally have two distinguishable target groups. The first one are tech enthusiasts who are interested in purchasing such a device. First, of course, in order to make their life a little bit easier, but let's not lie to each other. Pulling your phone out of your pocket, unless you're in some sort of a super overcrowded bus, that's not a problem. It just looks good, and it's like having a neat little assistant on your hand. It's a bit of help, and you wouldn't refuse it if you can afford it. And the second type of people who purchase these are people who are interested in the fitness capabilities of modern smartwatches, so they do heart tracking. Apple's, for example, have even more sensors for heart rate and stuff like that. They can sense how many steps you made and all that things, and you can track your health and fitness through this device and the data that it provides. Now, you can probably see where I am going with this. The Sony SmartWatch pretty much completely ignores the SmartWatch 2, completely ignores that second target group and focuses on the first one. And Sony has done that so well that the device can still serve that target group 6 years later. It's just fine. You can receive your notification, check. You can use calculator, check. You can use stopwatch and timer, check. You can view calendar events, check. You can use flashlight, like maybe your phone ran out of battery, who knows, check. You can set alarms, check. You can view emails, weather, and there is a bunch of other stuff, like even view photos, but it's not really that practical. Good job to Sony for creating that device, and in my opinion, they really should try to enter the smartwatch scene again, because just look at that. This was produced 6 years ago, and it is still a perfectly viable device for the target group that it was designed for. As we said, pretty much all of the features you would want, that's pretty much it. If you have any more questions about the Sony SmartWatch 2, feel free to ask them in the comments, and like, subscribe, share the video, especially subscribe. I appreciate subscriptions a lot since I'm trying to reach the 1000 milestone, almost halfway there at the time I will upload this video. And yeah, bye bye.